Welcome back to SwitchCorner. My name is Alex and today we are back, so let's do this the right way with deals. Now if you missed it, I did take 2 weeks off. I went back to the UK to see family, but I do feel refreshed even though I might not look it. That 8-hour time difference, it is not fun, but with that luck, might be a bit rusty at this today, but hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we will do here. Join our growing family and let's get started. So before we do get going, as always, I'm covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Now we've got a lot of new low prices, a nice mix as well, budget through to expensive. And then I also have 3 winners to announce for 2 $20 eShop gift cards and the set of Saga Joy-Con later in the video today. A shout out here then to G.Round who sponsored this video today and helped make that bigger than usual giveaway possible. Finally, do drop a comment down below for your chance to win 1 or 2 $10 eShop gift cards in the upcoming Saturday video. So first up for the week then, Breathedge, it's rocking 40% off. Now this one's for survival fans, especially those of you who like your sci-fi. I reviewed it here on the channel, I enjoyed it, though I will say it's weird in the sense the first half completely open world exploration. You're figuring out resources, you're managing oxygen, you're building ways to traverse this world after an accident basically leaves you stranded. Then all of a sudden the game, it turns into almost think a first person shooter. That moment, honestly, just a little bit weak. The survival half though really is good, so it still comes with a recommendation from me, and this is indeed a new low price. So a heavy hitter here for sure, then that is Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. It's back, matching the low price with 25% off. Now this, it's not a huge discount, but it is decent when you factor in, it's a new game, but also well loved. As action RPGs go though, I like it a lot. I think it's got a fun story, some solid combat as well. The only thing I will say, it's for sure showing its age still, and it's kind of world building with some empty locations and also lack of animations with the locals. That said though, really enjoyed going back to its world, and like a fair few of today's titles, I've linked my review in the pinned comment down below. Grid Autosport then is easily one of the best racers on the Switch. Until very recently it was easily the best. That was until Need for Speed Hot Pursuit came along. The reason I put Need for Speed here is because for some that will be a good option. Its inclusion of crossplay online just kind of separates it, because with Grid, if you're looking for online, I will say when I jump into it, it's often very quiet. That said though, if you're looking for more a single player experience, this is seriously quality stuff with just a ton of cars and different event types. Yeah, I would personally suggest this to any racehead out there, and it's 43% off, which is matching the low price. A shout out then to today's sponsor, that is G.Round. It's in alpha right now, and it's a place to check out new games and give your feedback directly to the devs. And it's basically fans shaping games. It's a whole lot more exciting than a disconnected audience in charge of that. It's completely free, and all they ask is once you tried the game, you go and give them some feedback. Now to get started, all you need to do, click the link in the pinned comment down below. You'll sign up, and it's basically time to get started via what is the G.Round launcher. First though, I will point out here, these are PC builds currently, but a ton of these games, they've ended up hitting the Switch. I'm seeing Smelter, Out of Line, Retro Machina, Rustler, Speed Limit, and that's just naming a few. They had new games in every single Thursday as well, each available for 4 weeks. I checked out a title though called Janitor Blades and also Moolander. The latter game, it is coming to the Switch in 2022. To get started, just download that launcher, head to library, choose the game you want, install, and then you can actually launch it directly from the website by hitting play. Now once you've wrapped with a game, it's a quick multiple choice review and then a comment to kind of round things out. Now I really liked what I saw of Janitor Blades. It's kind of this low poly first person horror walking sim. Yeah, it's just got a ton of potential. My only real feedback I had for them, which I think could help the game just speed up that movement very slightly. You even then earn points to spend on goodies for those reviews. If you fancy supporting though a new concept and devs out there, check out that link below and do give it a go. Next up then, Saga fans, specifically Saga 2, which I know kind of limits our audience, but Phoenotopia Awakening is a small piece of genius. It's just had a ton of heart poured into it. Now the reason For that Zelda 2 reference there, the devs not only say that themselves, but it is pretty evident from its design of an overworld top-down map with then like 2D side-scrolling, think action platforming and puzzles. On launch, I will say it was extremely difficult, which they've since patched, but it's a fantastic game as you set out to save your village after what is all the adults kind of vanish. The pixel work is stunning though, the music is also just as good, and it's matching the low here with 25% off. Music fans then, Thumper is back, it's matching the low with 75% off, and this is one of the best rhythm experiences out there, especially if you like something that's, you know, think a little bit darker in its tone, so think dark waved kind of metal. It's just an absolute assault of the audio and visual senses, describing itself as a rhythm violence experience. Just think breakneck speeds as you race down a track as a space beetle out to defeat a giant floating head. It's for sure weird, no question about it, but it's incredible, it's well worth your time, and I want to say it again, like the visuals, the audio, just incredible stuff. A UK EU exclusive deal then before our first winner of the week, that is Immortals Fenyx Rising. It's back on sale, but we do see a new low here with 60% off, sending it just kind of super budget. It's going to be for fans of Assassin's Creed and Breath of the Wild. It's a 3D action adventure with just a whole lot of exploration, minor RPG moments. It also still looks fantastic on the Switch as well. I just enjoyed the story though. You set out as this newly winged demigod to save the Greek gods. So yeah, think action and puzzles, and I really hope sales did enough to warrant a sequel because I think it's absolutely worthy of one. Our first winner of the week then, on this, it's for the $20 eShop gift card. It's going to Colouring Fees Adult Colouring, who picked up Spiritfarer. Have to agree though, total gift of a game, love what it does. Congrats Sophie, drop me an email to claim your code. You'll find my email in the description down below, and everyone else, there's still 2 more winners coming up later in the video. First person fans, and I always like this deal then because it just can't get any lower in the US, but City of Brass. It comes from the devs behind Bioshock. It's an Arabian Nights inspired action adventure roguelite. I like to think more Indiana Jones myself when I play this one, down to the whip in hand. You're solving, you know, puzzles, taking down a whole lot of enemies. You're basically battling to the center of this city. Given the roguelite nature of this one though, the only warning I will give you, it is purposely, you know, difficult, so go in ready for like a whole lot of think try and try again gameplay. 90% off though, literally cannot be beaten for those of you in the US. A personal favourite then is Astray. It's back matching the low with 50% off, and if it's on sale I will absolutely talk about this game. It's an action platformer, some might say a dash of Metroidvania as well, but it's just the world that is incredible. You'll awake as some kind of former life, and the lab you are in, it's now been overrun by enemies. Now you must kind of platform stealth your way around it while essentially avoiding death. As you progress though, you'll get these powers to kind of aid you in your quest. The pixel work is incredible, there's more depth than you may expect with this story, and the soundtrack on this one, it's a whole lot of think like atmospheric pieces, but it's still absolutely stunning. Can't say I've beaten this one, so a warning there, but still worthy of a shout out. Collection of Saga, Final Fantasy Legend. It's going to be one for the retro fans out there, but it's bundling together Final Fantasy Legend 1 through 3, Game Boy visuals and all, but with enhancements like the ability to play with the Switch vertically. You will already know if this one's going to be for you, honestly, but it's a fair price here with this new low at 25% off. It's working out to like $5 a game or your regional equivalents. So our second winner of the week then, this one, it's for the $20 eShop gift card. It's going to Gary Johnson, who picked up Terraria, and I said it in the video, I haven't spent anywhere near what most have with this game, but you will absolutely get your money's worth with the amount of content on offer. Congrats so Gary, email me for that code, and we still have the final big winner coming up here shortly in the video for their Zelda Joy-Con. Super Crush KO then is another great one. I wasn't 100% on the visuals initially, but it grew on me as I went through it, and it's got a low kind of detail, cartoon, almost pastel vibe to it all. Visually, it's just a game you gotta see, you know, in motion. The eShop stills just don't quite do it justice. The idea with this one though, combo-based combat as you take out robots in this future, all to save your cat. Plus then it's got replay value thanks to 20 levels that rank you, and it also includes online leaderboards as well. 60% off here, that is a new low and an absolute steal. Souls fans next, Chronos Before the Ashes. This would be a good one for those that like the concept of the Souls genre, but maybe they want something just a tiny bit easier going. So think a whole lot of like melee combat with this one, but if you die, you age. That's kind of the mechanic here. With age though, you won't be quite as strong physically, but your magic ability will improve. It's not the longest of games, this one, maybe 8 or so hours if you're taking your time, but it's another one I've reviewed, and that full breakdown, you will find it down below. A decent little new low price though at 25% off. Our penultimate game of the week then, that is Destroy All Humans. I reviewed it, and full transparency, wasn't all that impressed with the port sadly. It's still got a lot of charm to it, and running around as an alien in this world, it's still a blast. But the open world flying segments, they really do take some hits with the frame rate, so I will warn you here, watch my full review before you drop the cash. But I wanted to shout it out as there was a whole lot of like comments on that video saying we'll wait for a sale. So here's a new low price at 20% off, and you'll be out on this rescue mission to Earth, basically terrorizing the population. Hopefully it sees kind of a fully realized sequel though, because I do think the characters, the world, they definitely deserve another go. So our third and final winner of the week then, and this is the big one, this is the Saga Joy-Con. It's going to Twisted Joker, and I do want to point out here, these winners completely random. I use a website that's called commentpicker.com, but they actually mentioned the Joy-Con, which is kind of pretty lucky, honestly, if you ask me, but congrats Joker. Email me so we can arrange the Joy-Con shipping. And Joker also picked up Slay the Spire, which is just a masterpiece of a game. Everyone else then, we still have the final game of the week, but do remember to drop your comment down below for your chance to win in Saturday's video. So our final game of the week then, that is Dicey Dungeon. I've spoken to this one a lot recently, but they keep giving us new lows, and this one's easily worth full price, never mind this new low of 66% off. It's another deck building roguelike. There's a whole lot of them out there now, but this, it's going to be one of the best in my eyes, as you become what is a walking dice battling through a procedurally generated dungeon to take on Lady Luck. With multiple characters though, each with different playstyles and abilities, it's one I come back to a lot, and I actually found myself playing it again on my recent trip, and it's especially perfect for handout play. A must add to the library though, and also a good starting point for those maybe, you know, new to the genre. And that's another week down, and it's definitely good to be back. I'm definitely a little bit rusty at this as well after 2 weeks off. I think I've picked up some of the Brummy accent again though as well. But yeah, the release schedule this week, it's definitely looking light, so I've got a ton of reviews planned just to kind of catch up, including Ultra Age, Cruise and Blast, Blood Rain, Creed Champions, Lost in Random, Eastwood, and probably a fair few more as well. So I know they are late, but if you could check them out, I'd really appreciate it, as I kind of just try and catch up on everything that I did play while I was away. Remember then to drop a comment down below for your chance to win one of the 2 $10 eShop gift cards in next Saturday's video. With that then, a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.